2023 is rolling out here, and I'd actually just kind of like to sit back and talk about the state of the game from my personal perspective. Hey, 34% of you that have not smashed the oven crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so we can climb up the 110,000 ladder here. Now, I honestly want to use this video to kind of vent a little bit about the current state of the game, and somebody's going to comment down below and be like, God damn it, Robbie, all you do is whine and bitch about the game. Yeah, when you're as passionate about this game as I am, and you sit through the days here, and you look at, like, how the format is, how players are complaining about the game, the state of the market, I get it, all right? Like, and you should too, all right? If you really passionately enjoy something, and you're watching it go down the literal shitter, can't really blame me for being frustrated some days. So, what needs to really change here in 2023? Well, let's go look at the OCG side. We've talked about how their format has become one of the most diverse things we've ever seen. I mean, to be fair, you look at the TCG for a little while. The TCG was really doing some one-ups there for quite some time with the format. They were doing, I would have to give it to the TCG. They had some pretty good formats. To be fair, the OCG did go down the shitter for quite some time. They had to sit through some pretty bad formats as well. But I think the biggest thing that we need to see is we do need to see that rollback of power creep much sooner than you would really expect. Or at least we need to see a dial back on some sort of this. Now, if you've been keeping up with this format or you've taken a break from this format, here's the thing, all right? We're about the halfway point right now to rolling on into the Kashtira block of things. In February, we will get the Kashtira side of things. Trust me when I say this, I expect there to be a ban list probably February, maybe early March. If enough people are looking at this format and enough people throw a bitch fit on the internet and whine and complain and crap their pants everywhere, Konami will take note of this. Now, you do have to understand that there will always be a higher ceiling present within the game, all right? That's just how it's going to be. Trust me, as somebody that has slogged away on competitive play for years, there will always be a higher echelon. There always will be a best deck. There's nothing that you can do about that, all right? So if you are listening to this video going, oh, Robbie, you're giving me hope here. I'm giving you hope for a change, all right? The current formula is just so fast and so, like, fast. It's literally Fast and the Furious 14, the movie, all right? You live through the first 13, and you're like, why am I doing this again? But you know what? They gave you some brand new toys in the 14th movie, and you just want to see what madness that they've brought to the table for that. That's what tier format feels like to me. It feels like, oh, hey, it's the same level of power creep over and over again, but your stupid ass being the dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh player that you are, and how much you love the fascination with how can we power creep this now, you're still going to go watch the movie because you want to see what the hell is happening. It's like a barn fire that you can't look away from. Like, it's like, ooh, pretty colors, like, ooh, I want to see where this goes. And then they're like, oh, you want some Shizu cards to put in your deck? Oh, hey, what happens if we give tier support and then we give tier more support? And you want some more support? Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Let's go ahead and cripple everything else around the format. Any sort of chance for Rogue to compete? That's what you really want to see. You love those Chainlink 17s. Do you know anything above a Chainlink 5 was pretty much a myth in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Until we got what was known as the deck. Tier elements striking through. Konami, looking at the game in 2023, I understand that January is probably going to be still tier hell. I'm okay with that. February will turn into a battle of Kashtira versus tier, but please, for the community's sake, look at March, April, May, and you need to pull your head out of your ass. This is from a concerned player to you. You need to pull your head out of your corporate ass. You need to look at the state of your game and the state of how things are going, and you need to clean this mess up. I am not the only one out here that has looked at the state of game. It's like, I don't even want to go to locals. I don't want to deal with playing against Tyr for 4 rounds. All right, like playing Runic against Tyr was barely manageable in my personal opinion. Well, Rob, you just play one toxic deck versus the other. Yeah, but you know what? My playing on my opponent's turn isn't anywhere near as Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Van's Out Graveyard. Chainlink 3. Do you have a response? Okay, resolve chain. Okay, new chain. Chainlink 1. Please hold. Chainlink 2. Do I want to use this? Give me 5 minutes here to decide. Me looking at my only Runic card in hand to activate to draw 3 cards. Yeah, man, take your time. Sure, you know? And it's like literally one eternity later that you're dealing with this. Like, Konami, I know you can do better than this. I understand that you need to sell your product, but I believe that if you can clean up Tyr, that Kashtira won't be an absolute dumpster fire. It's pretty bad, but it's more tolerable than really anything else that we really, I guess, can deal with at this point in time. So, like, the point of this video is my casual intermediate ass now, like, looks at this game, and I'm like, man, like, as an old fossil, yeah, Tyr is annoying. I get what the casual to intermediate players are so upset about right now. Because, like, it even hurts me wanting to make content right now. It's like, oh boy, I don't give 2 shits about the upteenth Tyr mirror match. Alright, like, you have to understand from, like, a content creation standpoint and looking at all of like what is to come here. Like, we just wrapped up the Zodiac tournament this month. Full OCG legal, all unreleased cards legal. Guess what the finals was? It was a Tyr mirror match. Are you surprised to hear that? No. I'm not either. In the vastness of the power creep, I mean, yeah, Kashtira can keep up only to a degree. But, like, when you got full Ishizu core going here, when you got full balls to the wall, just you get what I mean? Like, this... I'm sorry, competitive players. I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed your... it's just, you've enjoyed your slogfest of your opponent. That's fine. It's time to put the reins, pass them back on over here, and shift the game back to a more sensible angle to look at things. Those are the big changes. Like, honestly, my biggest concerns are, like, in regards to the meta that need to change. Is the market doing fine right now? I think the market's doing fine. All right? When you look at 2023 right now, everything looks fine. Card prices for former staples, amazing. Mavens did a fantastic job at printing stuff to the demand. The 25th anniversary is coming out here. We slaughtered Wizards. Wizards of the Coast has no idea how to make an anniversary product. Yu-Gi-Oh, on the other hand, knocked it out like a banger. Easy peasy. Not even an issue. All right, but when you look at how things are going right now, the overall state of things, yeah, the game needs... I'm not going to say that the game needs an absolute shift. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm used to playing in the cesspool that is the meta. That the only thing that I ask is for a change. We need to see just the dial back on power. Now, I'm not saying, like, turn it all the way back. But I'm saying... if we could scale things back to, like, a point where Tyr and Kashtira can, like, battle it out, and Rogue can, kind of creep back on up here from the bottom and be, like, actually playable, that's all I'm asking for. Like, we just came off of a couple formats where Rogue could compete. Rogue was doing fantastic at certain events. But they have to do that dial back. They just can't leave things the way that they are. Or else, I mean, more and more people are going to continue to get discouraged. But those are my little vents right now. Konami, please clean up your mess. All right, I understand. One of you decided to take a shit in the middle of the floor, and you all like, oh dear, it's so good. I get it. All right, I get you want everybody to see the shiny, polished turd. It was probably one of your greatest life accomplishments to make that, power creep hell. But please, for the community's sake, clean up your mess. It's time that we move on along from this slugfest. 2023 is a new year. You want people to, you want me to play Gate Guardian, right? You want me to actually care about that archetype? Because I do. But I ain't going to play that shit when Tyr is the best deck in the room, because I don't want to get, 0-8'd at an event because of that. I'd rather have a chance. Just throwing that out there. So, guys, please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. What do you want to see change in 2023? And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.